Come on in, come on in. Just talk about it today. We got some good topics today. Y'all come on in. Good discussion. Welcome to the chat, whoever just thumbs up the like. Appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, Miss Opal, I'm back. I went to a bad area. I was driving, so I just went on the end of the other live, but I want to come back and start, go at where we left off at. How you doing today? You doing good? You got any plans this weekend? Me, I think I'm just gonna sit around the house. I ain't got too much. My husband had surgery Monday, so we're gonna be in the house. I'm gonna be taking care of him. So that's about it. I hope you're having a good day. I was trying to see if any more gonna come on in the live. I got a good little topic today. I think I'm gonna talk about, are you wife material? I'm doing good. How are you? I'm fine. No plans for the weekend. Yolanda Woodard say, you're so pretty. My first time meeting you. Thank you, Yolanda. I'm quite sure you're beautiful yourself. I'm looking kind of rough today, but I'm all right. Thank you for the compliment. If you could, everybody that's coming in, could you give me a thumbs up? I got a good topic today. We're going to talk about, are you wife material? Not wifey, but are you wife material? You know, a lot of us women, we got so much going on in our lives, especially about, raising our kids and everything. But are we really wife material? Are we getting ourselves prepared to be a good wife? And then you got some women that don't want to be a wife, and that's their choice. But are we wife material? So I'm going to go ahead and start. Maybe they'll start rolling on in. So I was just thinking, I was like, am I a good wife? Or, it's so many females out here, so many women that are looking for a good man, but yet have found one. So are you setting yourself up to be a good wife? Or are you doing the same things that you have always did and haven't got anywhere? Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good women and there's a lot of bad women. There's a lot of good men and there's a lot of bad men. But are you preparing yourself to be a good wife? Or do you want to be a wife? I was reading. I looked up. I say, let me look up and see what's a definition or what's a good thing I can look up on a good wife. And it said, a good wife holds high level of integrity for herself. A good wife will inquire of her husband if his needs are met. Listen carefully, attempt to meet those needs as much as she can. A good wife knows her own needs and is willing to tell her husband that so he can rejoice in being a good husband. So it said, listen carefully. Do we listen to men, or do we just automatically just like, you got to go toe to toe? I know I'm that type. Sometimes I listen and sometimes I be on it. I be ready to go. Hey, Miss Kirkland, welcome to the chat, Miss Kirkland. Miss Kirkland said, hey, honey, sweet tea. Miss Kirkland also said, hey, everyone in the chat. Miss Kirkland, we talking about good wives and are women setting themselves up to become a good wife. If you choose not to be a wife, that's your choice, because you got some women that don't want to be a wife. But are you out here doing the things that's not going to attract a decent husband? Let me tell you something. A lot of us women, not a good, not everybody, but a lot of us, and I was this type of person. Back in the day, I was the type of man that I wanted wasn't the man that God wanted for me. I chose to run behind men that I knew wasn't good for me, but that's the thing that draw me, he wasn't right, but it drew me to him because that's what I was looking for at that time, but it wasn't good for me. Miss Opal say, as scripture says, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. That's right. Not man that finds a lady, a woman, or a girl to make a wife. She is also a wife when he finds her. Now that's the truth, Miss Opal. That is so true. And I'm glad you put that because that's true. Miss Kirkland said, truth, Opal. She did. Now, she hit that. Miss Brenda said, hey, I'm back. Thank you for coming back, Miss Brenda. I had went through a bad area, so I came back after I got home. Came back home. Miss Brenda said, hey, Miss Kirkland. Miss Kirkland says, I always attracted bad men until I changed myself. You have to, Miss Kirkland, because you have to change yourself as a woman to find a good man. Because a lot of times we out there putting ourselves out there, in the wrong men are attracted to us, that what we're not looking for. So we have to change our mindset as a woman to attract the good men. Are there still dogs out there and good men? Yeah. But there's a lot of good men out there looking for good women. And there's a lot of good women out there looking for good men. So you got to change your mindset of the way you have always thought and the things that you always did to become wife material. Miss Kirkland said, hey, Miss Brenda. And Miss Opal says she already a wife when he finds her. That's right. Because you already done got yourself and put yourself, changed the way that you were and became the person that God wanted you to be as a wife. Not out here doing this and doing that. You setting yourself up to be a good wife. Miss Brenda said, hey again, Miss Opal. Miss Kirkland saying, yes, exactly. I'm still learning. We all learning, Miss Opal. I'm in my late 40s and I'm about 50 and I'm still learning. And I'm a wife, but I'm learning to be a better wife than what I want to be, because I know that's not who God want me to be. But we all learn. Ain't nobody perfect. So we still learn just as well as our husbands. They learn it. Or if you got a boyfriend, he learning probably to become a good, good man or a good husband. Miss Opal said, hey, Miss Brenda. So I read some things and it said wives are called to respect their husbands. Wives are described in the Bible saying that wives are described as being the respecter of their husband. That's where I fall short sometimes. I respect my husband, but then as a woman, sometimes, you have to be like, wait a minute now, I'm a woman. I got my own way of doing this or doing that. So sometimes I learn to fall back, because sometimes when you make a man feel like a man and feel like he needed, a man, they like that. They like to feel like they the head of their household. They like to feel like they need it. We are help to our husbands. So what we do is we're their helpmate. So whenever they fall short, or we see them going down the wrong path and doing this, we're supposed to be like, hey, no, let's try it this way. Not, rah, 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 no, this is my way. You ain't doing it right. We can't do it that way. We're supposed to be their helpmate. Miss Kirkland say, yes, exactly. I'm still learning. Miss Opal say, hey, Miss Brenda. Miss Kirkland say, my own way of thinking. Me too, Miss Kirkland. But I'm growing. I have grown a lot from where I was, because I was the only daughter. I was spoiled and I was used to having my way. It don't go that way in a marriage. It's two. When you become married, you become one. And you're right, Miss Brenda, you said the right thing. It's compromise. We both have to compromise with each other. He has to meet me halfway, and I have to meet him halfway. And just because if he ain't meeting me halfway, I got to go to God. I got to turn to God on him. God will change his mind, his train of thought. And then I have to talk to him also. You have to let him know how you feel. Hey, what you did hurt my feelings. Hey, this is not right. We got to come together as one. Miss Kirkland saying, I have a question in a marriage. I have a question in a marriage relationship. Do the man supposed to pay all the bills or 50-50? Miss Brenda said exactly. In my household, Miss Kirkland, this is just my household. Everybody's household is different. But in my household, we put our bills together. We have one bank account. We don't have no one together. And he have his own and I have my own. And that's the way we have succeeded. Miss Brenda say 50-50. That's why I say everybody is different. Just like Miss Brenda said 50-50. And that's the way kind of my marriage is, because we put everything in together. It's one big pot. So ain't no he paying everything and I'm sitting over here and I'm stacking up my money and I'm, I got it going on and he's struggling. You can't sit here and watch your husband struggle where he paying all the bills and you taking your money and you just stacking up your money or doing what you want to do, going to get your hair done, your nails and this and that. Nowadays, the way things is going and bills and groceries and everything, it take two. I feel sorry for the people that's single. It take two to actually to make it nowadays. Miss Kirkland said, we're 50-50. I have always been that type of woman. Miss Brenda said, yep. Miss Opal said 100. That's right, Miss Opal. You have to give 100. And when you do it that way, your household will be so blessed. Nobody can come against you because y'all together as one. You're together as one financially, spiritually, and you're married as one. So everything come together in God's order. Where I know some people where their marriage is different and you struggling, one person coming up, the other person going down. Then you got tension in your marriage because this person ain't mad at this person because they struggling. This person mad at that person because of this. It don't work that way. You got to come together. That's the only way to be married. Miss Opal said, period. Miss Brenda said, yes, Miss Opal. That's my way. And I was raised that way. I was raised where my dad, he didn't pay all the bills and my mom paid the bills. My dad was the leader of the house. So that's why I try to run my house the same way. My mom and I, she's a very strong opinionated woman. She gonna let you know, she gonna voice her opinion. But my daddy was the leader of the house. My mom and my daddy been together probably about 50-something years. They've been married 46. And I try to lead by that. Or is they married? Was it perfect? No, I done seen some things. Their marriage wasn't perfect. But my daddy was there. He didn't leave us. My mama was there. And they tried their best. They didn't know no better. They learned as they went. And that's what I'm trying to do in my marriage, is trying to learn as we go. I'm trying to be that wife to please my husband and to please God. It's not all about pleasing my husband also. I want to please God, to be the wife that God called me to be. Miss Brenda said, yes, Miss Opal, I read that. Miss Brenda said, every marriage ain't perfect. No marriage perfect. And anybody that think that a marriage perfect, when you get married, you're going to have a rude awakening, because there's going to be plenty of days of crying, plenty of days of fussing, plenty of days of being mad at each other, because you got to learn each other and you got to learn each other's ways. Miss Kirkland say, it's no reason to be married if it's just going to be like that. That's right. May as well be single. And that's true. Because if you're going to live different lives, why be married? What you going to be married for? If you live in one way, he live in the other way, you just got your roommate. They help you pay your bills. That's it. You just got a roommate. Because for one, if you can't trust each other with money, you don't trust each other at all. So if you got a marriage without trust, you really ain't got no marriage. Hey, RX, welcome to the chat. RX said, hey. Miss Brenda said, hey, RX. Miss Kirkland said, my mom is the type of woman. My mom is the type the man has to pay the bills. And I said, I want to be that woman. Well, ain't nothing wrong. Everybody's marriage is different, but I know what works for my marriage. Miss Kirkland said, hey, RX. Miss Riz said, hey, honey. In chat, driving, listen, thanks for the gems. Hey, Miss Riz, welcome to the chat. Thank you for coming in. Hey, Miss Sandra. Miss Sandra said, hey, honey, sweet tea in chat. Miss Brenda said, hey, Miss Riz. Miss Brenda said, hey, Miss Sandra. Miss Kirkland said, I don't want to be that woman I meant. And that's fine, Miss Kirkland. I understand. I don't want to be that woman because I don't want to see my husband struggle. I'm doing good. I'm getting my nails done, my hair done. Every time you turn around, I got on the newest shoes or clothes and this and that, and he's struggling and worrying about the bills. I want him to know he got a partner. He got an actual partner, a wife that's not going to watch him struggle, that's going to be there for him and help him. I'm his helpmate. So we're going to do this together. If he fall, I fall. If he come up, I come up. We come up together. Ain't nobody falling. Everybody coming up together. Miss Sandra said, hey, Miss Brenda. Miss Kirkland said, hey, Miss Riz. Miss Sandra said, hey, Miss Kirkland. Miss Opal said, hey, Miss Riz. Miss Kirkland said, hey, Miss Sandra, I love how everybody greeting each other. Miss Kirkland said, exactly. Miss Opal said, hey, Miss Sandra. And I feel like I've been married for 22 years and counting. And like I say, it's not easy. And us as women with the young generation, they're more worried about how they look. You know, they worried about what the man can give them. A man can give you money, but a man can give you other things besides money too. You got to look for the person that's going to treat you right, that's going to love you for you when you up, because your body gonna change. Everybody, we on here, we're older, we know your body is gonna change. It's not gonna stay the same. So that man got to love you when you're skinny. That man got to love you when you're fat. That man got to love you when you start to get them wrinkles. He got to love you when you start to get them sagging titties. Sorry, y'all. He got to love you for you. And if you going with a man for looks, a man that's attracted to you just for looks, it's not gonna last. Miss Sandra say, hey, Miss Opal. Miss Opal say, hey, Miss Kirkland. Miss Kirkland say, hey, Opal. Miss Kirkland say, 13 years. That's it, Miss Kirkland. It's a struggle, but we make it. Miss Brenda say, exactly, facts. That's true. And I look at, my grandma and all them. Now, my grandma, she was married to my granddaddy for a while, a long time, but they didn't work out. My dad's parents, they was married over 50-something years. My mom's mom struggled by herself to raise 5 kids. She had 5 kids, and her sister died when her daughter was 2 weeks old. So she raised her sister's kid. So she took care of 6 kids by herself, and she struggled. And she instilled in us the same thing that my grandparents that was married for all those years, the same thing that they did. You got to put yourself in a wifey mode and not out here just laying over every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Don't no man want no woman that's being ran through, for one. So you got to keep yourself as pure as you can. Because when you lay up with this and that person, all them spirits is coming on you. All them spirits, the men that you done laid with, it's not worth it. Miss Rhea said, you hit that right on the head. I just had this discussion. We try wrong. We changing. That's right. Miss Opal saying they got to learn the difference between lust and love. Lust will get you in trouble. But when you got somebody that really love you, they gonna stay with you forever, y'all. Sometimes you can't go by lust and you can't go by looks. Yeah, if I'm gonna be with somebody, I got to be attracted to them. But I ain't trying to go out there and get no LL Cool J. LL Cool J fine to me, y'all. That's the finest man ever. But I know that type of man I'm trying to look for, that's lust. But that don't mean that man gonna treat me right. Miss Opal, Miss Kirkland say, that's what I'm getting used to now. That's what I'm getting used to now. Laugh out loud. That's true, Miss Kirkland. Miss Kirkland say, exactly, Opal. Miss Brenda say, Miss Opal, you hit the nail on the table. That's right. A lot of this generations now is more about lust, and then they thinking that they're gonna catch a man, or they're gonna get a man, or they're gonna get married this by you going out there showing every bit of your body. I don't understand it. Yeah, that man gonna be attracted to you, but after he lay up with you, he gonna move on, because only thing he seen that you can offer was sex, showing your body. That's all you can offer. You got to offer a little bit more than that, being a wife. You got to show that man you can cook, or if you can't cook, that you try to cook. You're gonna give him a good meal. You got to show him that whenever he's down, you're gonna be there for him. You got to show him whenever he's sick, you're gonna be there for him, and vice versa. He got to be there for you too. But you got to get yourself in that mode of saying, okay, I want a husband. I don't want somebody to just come up and lay up with me. I want to be a wife. So, and until you get yourself in that position, get that in your head that, hey, I got to get myself in being wife mode, a man not gonna take you serious. Miss Kirkland say, sure not. Miss Opal say, lust is not love, and it's not. Love is a sacrifice. That's right. And Miss Kirkland say, you got that right, honey. Honey Sweet Tea, laugh out loud. It's true. It's sad the way our generation is going, and I hope these girls wake up. If they really want to be married, now I don't blame them. When you're young, when I was young, I lived my life too. But it come a point in your time where you say, I got to get myself together. I'm getting older. I can't sit around here and keep laying up with this man or that man. This man coming, you know, do this. Man won't even take you out to eat. He won't show you to his mama. He won't take you to church. He won't even tell his friends about you. You just a quick lay. I'm sorry. Yeah, my voice getting hoarse. Miss Kirkland said, I have never exposed my body as far as dressing in public. I showed a little belly, that's it. And I got a big little belly too. Not that big, but I don't show too much. I try not to. Miss Sandra said, I have been married for 28 years and we didn't do anything until we were married. What, Miss Sandra? I ain't gonna lie, I didn't. You a good woman, Miss Sandra. You waited until you was married. A lot of women can't do that. A lot of men can't do that. That's awesome, Miss Sandra. Miss Kirkland said, amen. Miss Sandra said, dated for 2 what? Miss Sandra, you saying 2 weeks, 2 years? Please don't say no 2 years. Goodness gracious. You saying 2 weeks or 2 years, Miss Sandra? 2 months. No, my husband said we had to wait. I said, found me. Well, then you got a good man. You better not go nowhere. You got a good man. Because a lot of men nowadays, they want a little example to make sure that you what they looking for. Which is not right, because at least your husband went by, you know what the Bible says, you're supposed to wait until you marry. So that's a good thing. That's a sign that you got a good man. Miss Kirkland said, laugh out loud. Miss Kirkland, I'm telling the truth. I feel shame. Miss Sanders saying, I'm never moving again. What you mean you're never moving again? Oh, what you saying, you're not leaving your husband? And what you mean by you're never moving again? Or are you moving now or something? Miss Kirkland said, well, me and my husband didn't wait. Me either, Miss Kirkland. That's why I say I feel shame. I feel shame because I didn't wait. Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I made him wait some months because I didn't want him to come and just feel like he can just come and lay up with me and just go on about his business. And you see, he's still here. I wasn't easy now. But I didn't wait until we was married. Miss Sandra say never leaving him. No, don't leave him. You got a good husband, Miss Sandra sound like. Miss Brenda say no, she's staying with her husband. She better. Ain't too many men to wait till you get married. You got very few. I ain't saying we ain't got none, but you got very few. Miss Brenda say she ain't staying with her husband. No, she's staying with her husband. She better, Miss Brenda, because she got a good one. Miss Kirkland laughed. Miss Kirkland, why you laughing? I am ashamed. Miss Sanders say, my husband is a deacon in the church. Hey, amen. Is a deacon in the church. He said that that's his belief, and we're to wait. Okay. You got a godly man. That's a good man. My husband is a godly man, and I thank God changed him. And I think the older they get, the better they get. And I praise God for that. Because when my husband get on my nerves, y'all know who I go to and talk to. I get right on my knees and I tell the Lord. And next thing I know, he already know. But see, my husband, he don't like to see me upset. He don't like to see me hurt. So if he feel like something bother me, he'll come to me and ask me and make sure I'm all right. And I do the same for him. Miss Sanders say my husband. Oh, I read that part. But yeah, we got to get these young girls in the wife mode, not wifey, but in the wife mode, to where they got that mindset that they want to be somebody's husband and not somebody play girl, because it's not worth it. Miss Kirkland say men want to test it before they jump in. A lot of men do, Miss Kirkland, because let me tell you something. You might be they don't want to be in the ocean. You might be somebody that's been through everybody, and they be like, I ain't want to marry that one. But I think a lot of men, they can pick up on your character, what type of woman you is. That's why some men will try you quick, because they feel like you easy. But if you put your foot in them like, I ain't that type of girl, they'll back off. They'll be like, okay, well, maybe this is a different type of woman here. Miss Sanders say, Miss Brenda, we have come too far to waste everything. We work. That's right. And that's why I say, when you work and you work together and become one as husband and wife, not a devil in hell won't come in between it. Miss Brenda say, I know that's right, Miss Andrew. Because you know the devil try to sneak in, but if you got a strong foundation, that's why I say wife material and husband material, can't nothing come between. Or the devil try, whether it be your finances, whether it be your kids. It could be your kids, it could be your finance, it could be a hoochie mama, it could be a sugar daddy, or Jim, Jack, or whoever. It could be anything, but as long as you got that strong foundation, ain't nothing gonna bother. Then the thing I like about my husband, we pray together. We actually pray together. When we coming up against something, this is God telling the truth, y'all. And I be a lie. And I be wrong if I don't tell y'all. Anytime we come up against something, God have my family so covered that where he works everything out. Anything the devil try to throw at us, he stops it. He don't even let it come through. He stop it. That's why I said I know I praise a good God. Miss Brenda said, Miss Brenda, who is that? Hold on, let me catch my chat. It's going fast now. Okay, Miss Sanders say, Miss Brenda, we have come too far to waste everything worth. Okay, I read that one. Miss Brenda say, I know that's right, Miss Sandra. Miss Sandra say, hit the like button and thumbs up the live. Thank y'all. Please hit the like button. If you just coming in, come on in. Let's talk about being a good wife. So hit that thumbs up. It don't cost not a thing to support my channel. And if you haven't subscribed, come on over here. We're going to have some good conversations. Tomorrow, I'm going to come live, and tomorrow's topic is, are we setting our young men up to be failures? And I emphasize on what I mean by that later. I'm gonna say one ing or whatever. I'm gonna say, hey, he said hey, or she, hey, welcome to my chat. Please thumbs up the live. Welcome in. Miss Kirkland say, nah, ocean. Yeah, you know, some women got these oceans out here. These women be swimming in these oceans, man. Miss Kirkland. That's why I say them men, sometimes they want to try to test the waters to make sure they ain't swimming. Hey, they don't need no life jacket. What's this, Nefo? It's hard to find it's hard to find wife material nowadays from South Africa. Really? I thought South Africa, but first, welcome to my chat. If you please, will thumbs up the live. And to answer your question, I thought women in South Africa was a little different from women in, America. Now, America, we got some good women here now too, but the way that y'all were brought up, I thought it would be just a little different. I thought y'all have, women acted a little different than from women over here, like showing their bodies and going out and doing this and doing that. I thought it'd be different. I thought y'all would have, a little different choice of women. But it's good women all over the world. You just got when you're looking for a woman, watch how she carry herself. If she the type that always want to be in the club every week, if she can't cook, she don't keep her house clean, she don't keep herself looking clean or decent. Nobody has a perfect body. Everybody is different. But long as she carry herself in a different way, and in the right way, that's all that matters. And you got a decent a decent woman. Miss Riz say amen. Miss Kirkland said amen. Miss Brenda, welcome in. Miss Brenda say it's free 99. Ing says 6. I don't know what that means. Miss Kirkland say, I know a lot of married couples that the women are making men struggle so that they can do what they want to do. And that's not right. When you got a man and the man is good to you and y'all together, I don't want my husband to struggle. Even if I had a boyfriend, I wouldn't want my boyfriend to struggle. And that shows a man, if he is your boyfriend, that you in it for the long run, that you got his back. A man want to know that you got his back. As well as a woman, we want to know a man got our back. Because a woman want to feel secure. And if that man making you feel secure, why wouldn't you go out of your way to make your husband feel secure? Why he got to pay everything? Why he got to do everything? When he got you his help. You supposed to be there to help him, because men don't know everything. Sometimes a lot of women, we have to help guide our men with some things. So why you can't help your husband? Even if it's your boyfriend, you should. Miss Kirkland said, life jacket. Yeah, better put that life jacket on, Miss Kirkland. Miss Kirkland said, and the men are only staying because of the kid. That's right. A lot of men stay because of the kids, because they don't want their kids to be fatherless, which is not right. And in a way, I appreciate those men that stay like that, because a lot of kids, it affect them as they grow up that they dad wasn't in there. Because a lot of men, once they leave, that's it. Especially if they get another family, the other child or children, they don't, they don't really do nothing with them no more. They moved on with their life. So I honor men that does that, and then again, I feel sorry for them because they're not happy. And that's why I say, if you got a man and a man is doing right by you, try to do right by that man. Even if that man staying for the kids and you feel like you don't love him, make that man feel comfortable at the house. Let him know that you still got his back. Even if y'all can't work it out, become friends. Hey, I understand we don't have no relationship. Let's try to go to marriage counseling. Let's try to do something to benefit the kids if the man chooses to stay there for the kids. Because a lot of men walk off and leave kids. That's what's going to be in our discussion tomorrow about us and our young men. I got a whole topic tomorrow about our young men. So if you got somebody that's there, that's willing to do the right thing, treat that man right. Because it's a lot of men that don't want nothing but to lay in your tail. So if you got a man that's wanting to lay in the bed, let everybody know you his woman, and do right by you and your kids, you got a good man. Miss Sandra say me and my husband help each other. You have to be in a marriage now, especially go in the grocery store. Go put gas in your car. Go buy clothes for the kids. Everything's so expensive. I went to the store the other day and I had probably about 2 bags, and this is the truth, and it was $100. And I said, what did I get? I didn't get nothing. I didn't even get no meat. And this was like almost $100. You can't make it on your own. That's why I say I feel sorry for the ones that's single. You better gravitate to finding your husband or wife, because that's the only way you're gonna make it. Miss Brenda say teach and help each other. That's right. Miss Sandra say that is true, Miss Brenda. Miss Riz say thanks for the live today. You're welcome, Miss Riz. Miss Kirkland said amen. Miss Kirkland said 8 to 200, 8 items for 200. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I went to the store just a few minutes ago, and I was like, well, today Friday, I don't feel like cooking that much. So I was gonna do some little steakums, with the Hawaiian rolls, and I was gonna make it like a steakum. And I said, well, I'll do some French fries or something like that. A bag of French fries was over $5. It was about $6 for a little bag of French fries. And then the steakums, they was like $10, $12. And that was just like, I'm talking about a little pack. I say that ain't even gonna feed us. So I was like, I might as well come in my refrigerator, my freezer, because my freezer full, and find something, pull something out there to cook. So I don't know what I'm doing. It's just getting crazy. Miss Kirkland said, I know someone that's paying $1,300 for 1 bedroom in Florida. That's more than my mortgage. That's why I say it's getting high, especially like places like Florida, California. It's a lot of places up around Miss Risk area, Vegas, and all that. Different places like that. It's getting high. Even the little country towns are getting high. People are asking more money because the cost of everything is going up, and it's so much of an influx. Lord, I can't even say it right. Everything going up. I ain't even gonna try to say it again, because y'all probably like, what in the world is she saying? But it take two nowadays. You just can't make it. And that's why I say, we need to go back to the Bible days. And a lot of people are like, well, how can you say I need to be a good wife and this and that? And in the Bible days, the man went and worked and the wife stayed home and took care of the kids and the house and everything. That's the helpmate. That is, y'all, and that's another conversation, but that is true. But yeah, Miss Brenda, I ain't say it right, inflation. But the way things are going now, they took it from the Bible days. We got to get back to the Bible days. But the way everything is now, it's kind of hard with one person working and making it takes two. But nowadays in a household, I understand that the man, the man working and the woman working too, it shouldn't be all on the woman. Same way the woman helps that man got to come together and help that woman. If that woman cooking, get in there and help wash the dishes or watch the kids while she cooking or something other. That's why I say it takes two now. You have to become a team. Not only you have to be a good wife, you got to be a good husband too. You got to help each other, because if not, it's going to tear that one person down. And it's already hard on women. We go through a lot, But that just because you go through a lot, you still got to be that strong person. I know my mama was strong. She was a strong woman. Both my grandmothers were strong. All my aunties were strong. Everybody try to do the right thing. So I try to follow in their footsteps. Do I fall sometime? Yeah. Because sometimes I have health issues, but I do the best. Like the last couple of days, I've been in bed. I had gout. I was in bed for 2 days. Couldn't get out of bed. But y'all see me now, I'm sitting in my car. I want this fresh air. I want this sunlight. So you have to continue to keep going, because once you stop, it's over. You got to keep pushing yourself. Miss Kirkland say the women are acting like the men's these days. That's true. And I can say some of the men have pushed some of the women to fall into them acting like a man. That's why sometimes, our men got to step up also. I ain't gonna say our men, these young guys got to step up, because it's gonna fall into my topic tomorrow. I don't want to go in depth too much about it, because this right here is gonna fall directly into my topic tomorrow about our men and the way our young men are going nowadays. Miss Kirkland saying the man is always supposed to be the head of the home. Yeah, and if you don't make a man feel like he is the head of the home, a man gonna feel like, why is he there? If you're not letting him be a man and you want to act like the man, you don't need no man. Just like a lot of these girls say, I don't need no man. I can take care of myself. I don't need no man. What a man can do for me, I can do for myself. That's a lie. That's a lie. You can't get yourself pregnant. There's a lot of things a man can do that you can't do as a woman. So ain't no such thing as what a man can't do nothing for me. I can do it myself. And yeah, at the end of the night, you probably can do what a man can. Some of the things as far as in work and finances, you can. But at the end of the night, that song, if you think you're lonely now, wait until the night. That's what it's going to be. You're going to get tired of always having to be the provider. You're going to get tired of always not having nobody to help you. Not nobody to cry to. Not nobody to go and talk to. Not nobody whenever your finances come or something come up, a bill come up unexpected. You got to run to mom and dad if you ain't got enough money saved up. You got to run to auntie or grandma or whatever. You ain't got that man to fall back on to say, hey, babe, we got to come up with this. We short on this. We got to figure this out. You got to figure out all them problems by yourself. You can get tired of taking care of them kids by yourself. You need a man. God made it for you to have a man, to have that shoulder to lean to lean on to. If not, God wouldn't have created woman and man. So don't say, I don't need no man. I don't need no man. I can do this on my own. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So, Miss Kirkland say the man is always supposed to be the head of the home. Miss Kirkland say that's very true. It's the young guys. Yeah, it's the young guys. A lot of the older guys, they don't do that no more. They want to take care of their home. They not out here not trying to handle their business and not taking care of their homes. And so it's the younger generation. And I feel like we failed them, because I think sometimes we did kind of baby them, and then in the way we made them where they feel like they had to be strong and that everything got to be on them, to where they feel like it's too much pressure on them, and they just it was just too much for them to handle. Miss Kirkland said, I have an older guy, very mature. My husband is older than me too, Miss Kirkland. So yes, you got some young guys that do right, and you got some older men that do right. But it's the way we raise them. We got to raise the men, and we got to raise the women to be wise. We got to raise them men to be husband, to be the head of their household. Because if we don't raise them to be the head or teach them how to be men, then they fall short. And that goes into play to when the father's going to have to step up also too. The fathers that's present in the house, even if you're not present in the house, the father's going to have to step up and show the men and guide them on how to be the men, so that our culture not our culture, but the men, they don't fail. And the women, we don't fail. You got to have strong mothers. You got to have strong fathers. But you can't let the, YouTube or TikTok and this and that Teach your kids. You got to teach your kids. You got to train your kids. Just don't give them that tablet, and don't just give them that phone and just think that the tablet and the phone is supposed to raise them. No, us as parents gonna have to raise our kids. Stop letting everybody else raise your kids. Take time. Teach them kids how to grow up. Teach them how to wash clothes, fold their clothes. If you're washing them, show them how to fold them. Show them how to do little things. The men, whenever you got boys, let them go out there with daddy sometime, with daddy cutting the grass. Let them feel like they're a little man. If they get them a little rake or something, let them help rake the yard. They ain't really raking, but it make them feel like they doing something. They feel like they're a little man. And the women, and when you in there cooking, let their daughter whip up the little stuff you in there cooking. It'll make her feel like, she a little woman. She thinking she doing something. Miss Kirkland say, I can't stand when they say they don't need a man. Me neither, Miss Kirkland. Because why you don't? Yes, you do. You can't have no child without no man. Miss Kirkland say, train them up. You have to train them up. That's the only way they understand. That's how we grew up. So why stop now? Well, they falling short of teaching these kids, giving them the affection that they need, the guidance that they need. And kids are not getting it. They learning everything off, like I say, YouTube, TikTok, and everything else. But it's not their place to train our kids or raise our kids. It's our place to raise our kids. Miss Opal says, Scripture says, the Messiah said to Peter, John, and Andrew, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. That's right. You train them up. You can give a man a fish, but you teach him how to fish, he'll never go hungry because he'll know how to fish and feed himself. And that's the same thing. That's right. You got to train them up. Miss Opal say they were adult fishermen, but in order to draw other men into the kingdom, he had to first make them men. That's right. And they not going to be men unless they taught how to be a man. You can't let a boy think that he can figure his way out how to be a man, or a girl figure out her way how to be a woman. You can't. You got to train them. You got to show them. You can't let them figure it out on their own way, because they're going to think that they're right when they're doing it and it's not the right way. You got to show them. You got to guide them. The same way our grandmas had us in the kitchen, helping to make dumplings or biscuits and this and that, teaching us that keep your legs closed. You got on the skirt. You don't have your legs open. Close them legs. Or pull them pants up, young man. Don't be walking around here with your pants pulled down. Or come on, let's go out here and cut the grass. And boy, go out there and take that trash out there. You got to train these kids how to do things. Miss Kirkland saying, my sons are 11 and 16. Oh, you got teenagers. I know how to do everything. And they know how to do everything as far as washing and cleaning. And they'll know, because guess what? If they grow up and they don't have a woman in their life, mama taught them. So until they meet that wife, mama has taught them. Mama and daddy has taught them how to take care of themselves. If anything happened to you now, that's going to stay in their head for the rest of their life, that mama has raised us. Mama has taught me this. Miss Kirkland said, Amen, Opal. Hey, Toya. Let's talk about it. Toya is in the chat. She said, hey, honey. Hey. Toya said, hey, chat. Miss Kirkland said, hey, sis, Toya. Miss Brenda said, hey, Toya. Toya say, listening in the bushes, queen. That's all right, boo. As long as you listen and you hear, that's all that matters. Toya said, hey, Miss Kirkland. Sandra said, that song says, wait a minute, Miss Sandra said, that song that says, be a cook in the kitchen and a lady in the sheets. Oh, a lady in the streets. Lord Jesus, y'all forgive me. Y'all know where my mind is. A lady in the street can show your teeth to every guy. You can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. That's right. That's better right there. I think that's better right. You got to be, and that's exactly the way it should be. You can't show your teeth to every man in the street, because you showing them that you're a little fast tail. How they call them? Fast tail gal. How the old people say. Miss Opal said, hey, Toya. Toya said, hey, Auntie Brenda. Miss Riz said, hey, Toya, and sending love. Toya said, hey, beautiful Opal. Miss Sandra said, hey, Toya, and sending love. Toya said, hey, Miss Riz, and sending love. Toya said, hey, Auntie Sandra. Yeah, y'all, but we got to get these young generations together. We got to teach them, Everybody's so quick nowadays, and I catch myself doing it sometimes too. My grandkids can get on my nerves, and I bet when my kids were growing up, they didn't have all that. But now they make it so easy where you just give them the tablet, give them the phone, and they hush, they quiet. And you can go on and do what you got to do, but you letting the streets, basically the internet, raise your kids. So that foundation that the internet is putting in your kids, that's what your kids growing up to know. That's why you got to be mindful what your kids watch on the internet and everything, because they be having cussing. Some of these songs, y'all, be having stuff in there about worshiping the devil. So if you ain't listening to the lyrics of the songs that your kids listening to, you need to start listening. I listened to a couple songs, and as soon as I heard it, I said, wait a minute. I rewind it back. I said, wait a minute. No, it can't be played in my house. Can't be played in my car. My grandson was watching something on the internet yesterday, and it was a kids channel, and they was doing all that cussing. I say, turn it off. Turn it off. We're not gonna have that. But he know. Thankfully, my baby girl, she teaching him about the Bible, and we do too. So anything that come up on the internet about God, it don't matter what you watching, what you doing. He put the phone dead in your face like this. Watch this. So you have to sit there and you have to watch. So I say thank you, God, for instilling, this being instilled in him early, so he learning about it. And my baby girl, y'all just pray for me on her. She gonna have to go to church. She got to have prayer. I told my daughter the other day, I said she going to church Sunday. She got to go. That's why we got to grab these kids while they're young and get all that stuff instilled in them. Right, what's wrong, and the ways to go. Because so many people now think that, well, there's so many bad kids out here. I want my child to be tough. I want my child to be this, because these children, these parents ain't raising. And it's true. A lot of these parents are not raising their kids right. And what we went to school with, the kids are faced with different dilemmas now when they go to school. You got so many bad kids. You got so many kids that's being in gangs. You got so many kids that want to fight and this and that. So the kids are hit with different dilemmas than we were, but that don't mean you got to raise your kid up to be bad. You still teach them right from wrong, and then you let them know if somebody hit you, you better knock them out. First, go tell the teacher. If the teacher don't want to do nothing, then you better knock them down. You better lay them out, because a lot of these kids are bad, and the parents think it's funny. These young kids that's raising these kids and having these kids think it's funny. It's not funny for your child to be bad. Miss, let me see. Let's talk about Toya. Say, please double tap the screen as you come in. Thank you in advance. Thank you, Toya. If y'all liking what I'm talking about, even if you ain't like it, you're still here. Please double tap the screen and hit the like button. I appreciate it. It doesn't cost anything. I'm here. I'm gonna be here every day, just about. Not every day, but it's gonna be plenty of good topics. You're gonna like my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, because these are grown folks discussions here, and I'm gonna bring it to you, what's going on in life and things that should be going on, and just different topics about life. That's what I like to do. I like to talk about different things, that can help somebody grow in life. So this is a positive channel, and if you're here, welcome to the chat. And if you see the replay, go ahead and subscribe, sister, bro. You're gonna like this channel. Miss Kirkland say, our sons does books and reading time. Yeah, you have to. I did it with my grandson the other day. I got a book. My grandma gave it to him, and my grandma 86 years old, so he gonna keep that, because if anything ever happened to my grandma, he got it. He can say that his great grandma gave him that. So what I do every day, I make him read a paragraph out of there, so he can continue to be reading. So when he go back to school, he not behind. He real smart now, but he not behind. And my baby girl, she go to speech, but I work with her colors. I work with her numbers and her ABC. So when she go, she's on the level. She's not falling behind like some of the other kids are going to be, because during the summer, they're not doing nothing but on their tablet. Miss Sandra said, my grandson listens to that kind of music, and I tell him, you will not listen to it at my house. He says, I'm 19. I said, I don't care if you're 35. You will not listen to it at my house. And I don't blame you, because guess what? It's your house, and you have the right to say that. I don't blame you. Don't bring that devil mess up in my house. Don't bring all that cussing up in my house, because I don't try to live that way. I'm bypass that stage. I never listen to devil music anyway. I listen to, R&B and rap and stuff like that. But if it's got anything worshiping the devil, and all that cussing and degrading women or talking about me and this and that, I don't listen to that either. I'm too old for that. Miss Kirkland say too much bullying in the school. My 11-year-old has dealt with it. My 23-year-old dealt with a lot of bullying in school. And she's so timid and she's so easygoing. And they knew she was an easy target because she was quiet. She didn't fight back. She just, she was just timid. And a lot of kids, and I told my daughter, and I tell both my kids, we walk with our head held high. We don't slump. No, we walk with our heads held high. Because a lot of them kids that pick and talk about you are jealous of you. And until you see that, they're going to continue. You don't let nobody say nothing to you and make you feel like you less than. You are no different from nobody else. There's nobody on this earth that's perfect. Don't let nobody say nothing to you and let it affect you. But kids, when they're young, they don't know that. That's why you got to keep pushing it in them. Keep pushing it in them. They let them know, hey, you ain't no different from nobody else. Because if not, these little bad behind kids nowadays, you better teach your kids the right way. Miss Brenda say, I know that's right, Miss Sandra. Miss Sandra say, but he is real respectful. And that means you raise him right. Even though he still want to do what he want to do, Miss Sandra, y'all raise him right and he respect you. He respect your wishes. So that means y'all, he had good parents and good grandparents. Miss Brenda say, my house, my rules, that's it. And my mama always said that. And I was so ready. Whenever I got of age, I can leave her house. I used to be young. Y'all know how they used to have the Sears catalogs and have the pictures of the different beddings and this and that. And my little cousin and everything. I used to be sitting in there on the bed and stuff. And I'd be like, Adrian, look, this gonna be my bedroom set. I'm gonna have this comforter. I'm gonna have this TV. I'm gonna have this and that. Because I was ready to get out. Because my mom was strict. But I thank God today for the upbringing that I had. Because my mom and my dad raised me the way I am. I've never been in jail. I've never been in prison. I've never did anything that I should be punished for. For one, I was scared of my mama. And for two, I had better respect for myself. So I thank her for raising me to have respect for myself. So I don't have to worry about the law coming knocking at my door. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about that. And I try to instill that in my kids also. Miss Sandra say, yes, Miss Brenda. Miss Kirkland say, exactly, Sandra. No new friends. Hey, no new friends. No new friends come here to my hey sugar plum. Hey nephew. Miss Brenda say, hey, no new friends. Miss Kirkland say, I couldn't stand that. My house rules. I couldn't stand that. Okay. Miss Kirkland say, hey, no new friends. No new friends say, hey, Miss Brenda. Yeah, in my mama's house, it was her way or no way. And my mama ain't mind sparing the rod. And then if you got on her nerves, when my daddy came in, guess what? That was another beating. And my daddy worked at the prison, y'all. So them prisons, they have to wear them thick belts, them thick leather belts. It took my daddy one time to beat me. One. I bet he ain't beat me again. Because I ain't play that. I ain't finna get my tail tore. Now my brothers, they got it all the time. But I'm not finna, I'd rather be good than get my tail tore up. And that goes for a lot of people now. They want to slap their kids in the face and hit them with it. No, get your little switch. Get your little belt. Tear them little legs up. You ain't got to punch them in the face. You ain't got to do that. Talk to them. And then after you get through beating them, talk to them. Hey, this is why I beat you. Better yet, take them tablets. Take them phones. That's going to hurt them worse than anything else. No new friends say, hey, Miss Brenda. Hello, Miss Brenda. Miss Kirkland say, my mom was super strict. It was better not. Wait a minute. My mom was super strict. It better not be in no teen pregnancy or anything. Miss Kirkland, I ain't even gonna lie. My mama ain't play. When I say she ain't play, she ain't play. She was the meanest out of all her sisters. And then one of my cousins, she loved my mama. And I was like, how you like my mama and she the meanest? When we used to go somewhere and sneak, like walking up the road or something, we couldn't go nowhere. Don't let the sun beat you going down. Or that street light come on and you ain't home. That's a beating. That's what these kids need nowadays. They need more discipline. Because back in the day, you ain't no 12 and 13, you walking walking up and down the street at 11 and 12 o'clock at night, or your mama don't know you. Oh no, not my mama's house. You got your tail toe up. And then when daddy came in, it was another one. Don't get no bad report card or bad grades. That's a beating. Don't talk back to no neighbor or nothing. The neighbor tell you tail up, then you go home and they tell your mama tell you tail up. Don't let no neighbor catch you doing something wrong, because they're going to tell your mama and your dad, and you can get your tail toe up. And my mama, she'll beat you and then wait for my daddy to come home. He'll beat you again. My brothers got so slick with my mom when my daddy got ready to beat him, because I told you, he had that prison thick leather belt. So they used to put shirts, clothes, everything, paper, everything in their butt to keep it from hurting. My daddy got wind of it one day. He was like, take it out. Boy, they like to lost their mind. They couldn't believe that he had found out that they had got hip to his game. He had got hip to their game. But it taught my brothers, neither one of them being in trouble. Both of them are good dads. And so it's still, I'm like my dad now. My brothers, anytime my dad need them, they go help him. You know, he got that bond with them, and we got that bond with him, and my mom and my dad. You know, if they need something, like the last 2 days, it's why I love my mama so much. I was down, y'all. I couldn't walk. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't even go to the bathroom without having help. My husband just had surgery Monday. My mom got up, went and got us some lunch yesterday. She brought it in the house. Then last night she went home and she cooked for both of us. That's what I mean by being wife material. Because not only she's being a good wife, she's being a good mother. I'm almost 50 years old, and she still, you know, she look out for me. She look out for my brothers like that. And it's a lot of women that's not made like, you know, not built like that no more. They only worry about themselves. Oh, I'm grown. And I feel like that sometimes too. I be like, I done raised my kids. You know, I want a break. And I think everybody need a break. But you never come off that mom mode. You never come off that wife mode. You got to still maintain that, but you still take care of yourself while you taking care of others. But you got to take care of yourself first, because you can't take care of nobody unless you take care of yourself. Nobody benefits from you unless you're taken care of. Because when you're down, they down. No new friends say, hey, Miss Brenda. Miss Kirkland said, oh, I read that one. Miss Kirkland said, I'm sorry, but these kids definitely need whippings now. They do. They need them. They so disrespectful. A lot of them, they don't even say ma'am, sir, no more. And I know that's different, because when you're upstate, a lot of kids don't say that. But down south, it's still around here. A lot of them say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes or no, so. But a lot of kids don't say it no more. And they teach them that in school. They don't allow them to say that. They say yes or no. Miss Brenda say, exactly, you better be home for them street lights. Come on, my mom, Miss Brenda, you know, if that street light come on and you ain't home, how what you call it said on Friday, it's your Mr. Postman. They ain't play back then. And being sneaky and fast, we all was sneaky fast. Ain't none of us perfect. But them parents back then in the day, they ain't play. Got your tail toe up. I remember one time my mama and my dad was whipping my tail. I was like, darn, what did I do? But I'm a better person. Was I mad then? Yeah. But as I got older, I knew what it was for. I know what it's for now. And I thank God that they did turn my little tail up. But now if you beat a child, they want to call defects on you and this and that and everything. You got a lot of parents scared to beat the dang on children. But if you don't want to beat them, take them tablets, take them phones from them, take something from them. You got to discipline them. Because if you don't discipline your child, they don't know no consequences. And a lot of kids, they grow up, that's how they get in trouble, because they never had consequences. Everything they do is right. A child think that they right and that you wrong. You got to give them child some consequences and let them know, hey, no, you wrong. Whether you go in time out or whatever you got to do, you got to teach them kids. Because if you don't teach them, they going to grow up thinking, hey, no, you wrong. And then when they start knocking you across your head when they get older, it's too late, because you didn't teach them when they was younger. You got to grab them when they're young and instill it in them. Let me see. Miss Brenda said, oh, I read that. Miss Kirkland said, that's how my grandma was, Opal. That's how my grandma was, Opal. Miss Brenda said, hit the like button. Yes, please. If you're coming in, please hit the like button, thumbs up the live. It's free and I appreciate it. Thanks for joining in the live. I hope you subscribe also. They're going to be, like I said, it's going to be a lot of good topics on this channel. And I think you're going to like it. It's going to be things about this going on in our lives now that we can work on, or, you know, just different topics, because I like to talk, y'all. So if you're coming in, please thumb up the live. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and join my channel. Thank you. Miss Opal said, some adults get offended when children say, ma'am, sir. I know, and I think that's why they're taking it out of schools. But it's hard to get away with it when you was raised. If you say yeah or no to a woman or man, they felt like it was disrespectful. So we used to get a beating for that. We was made to say that. So when you got that instilled in you from when you was younger, it's kind of hard with the younger generation. So sometimes my grandkids, they'll say it. They'll say, hey, I mean, yeah, no, no, yeah. And I'll be like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. So it's kind of hard to break that cycle. Miss Kirkland saying, my grandma whooped me in front of my friends because I didn't come in the house when the streets lights come on. No, they ain't play about them street lights now. You better have your butt in that house when the street lights come on. Hey, Stream say, honey. Sweet Tea Stream say, Opal. Miss Brenda and Miss Kirkland. He hollering all our names. Hey, Stream. Welcome to the chat. Miss Opal said, hey, Stream. Miss Kirkland say Stream. And Bonnie, yes, right. Hey, Miss Bonnie. Stream said, I got my hen part smoke. You got your hen part smoke. Did I say it right? Hen part smoke or hen part smoke? Did I say? I know I said it wrong, Stream. Sorry. No new friends say Miss Kirkland likes good food. Hello. Stream say, I felt like I was on the Trimble's grill. What, Streams? You felt like you was on the Trimble grill. Miss Kirkland say String and started laughing. String, we here talking about these kids and talking about being good wives and good husbands and life and everything. I done been talking about everything. So now we talking about these kids and how we was raised, and if you that street light come on and you wasn't there, you got that tail toe up. Miss Opal say young adults tell the adults that get offended, my mama raised me to respect you. They have no reply back. That's true. Stream say my subject there. Yeah, Stream, we got to grab these kids while they're young, because they don't have no respect. Now, like I was saying, you got to take them tablets, take them phones, tear them little legs up. A lot of them, they don't want to beat them kids, and they get mad if you say something to the kids. A lot of parents, they go to school, and if the teacher say something about the kids or something other, they feel like it's the teacher. Sometimes it do be the teacher now, but a lot of time it be them bad behind kids. So you got to get them kids. And then some of these kids that walking around with their pants sagging now, and they acting like they this and that, and the girls, they popping in and jocking in and got their shirts all up and pants all up like they got on Daisy do. Say, if you don't get your behind and go sit down somewhere. You about 6 years old and you out here dancing like you on somebody's stripper pole. No. You better get it now. And a lot of parents, they think it's cute. They laugh about stuff like that. These kids need to be raised better. It's just ridiculous the way these kids are acting. And then I don't know. I don't know if we fail, our generation fail as raising the kids, and then they fail their kids even worse. I don't know what generation fail. But I think a lot of us, when we used to get our tail tore up back in the day, a lot of parents used to say, I ain't gonna beat my kids like this. I ain't gonna do this for my kids. Oh, my mom and them couldn't afford to get me this. They couldn't afford that. I'm gonna make sure my kids they ain't gonna never get picked on at school. My kids gonna have the best. My kids gonna have that. But sometimes having the best is not good, because you spoiling them. You teaching them that even though that they do wrong, they get in trouble at school, they get in trouble at the house, it's okay. You still praising them. You going out here buying them these expensive behind Jordans. You buying them this and that, and it's okay. They got the best doggone tablets. They got the best phones. They got better phones than some of the adults that's working and trying to make it. They got better than everybody else. And then they go to school and can't even make an 80. They still making F's and failing and cutting up, getting in trouble and stuff. Then you put them on punishment for one day and it's good. No, what did they learn? They didn't learn nothing. So how could you raise them up to be good women or be good men? Furthermore, how could they ever be a good husband or a good wife? Because they were taught that their way is the right way when it's not. It's not the right way. Stream say, my type of subject. Miss Kirkland say, these kids has no respect on life these days. Stream say, the kids, parents these days expect their adults to accept that their kids disrespect. No, I ain't gonna respect no. I don't respect no parent that raised their kids to feel like it's okay to be disrespectful to adults or any other kid. Kids are kids. Their mind is small. So that's why you have to keep teaching them, keep instilling stuff in them, showing them the right way. And if you don't, yeah, every child gonna have a little stumble in life, but they won't have them big old hurdles. You ain't got to worry about them being locked up. You ain't got to worry about them being on drugs. You ain't got to worry about them being, dead. That's the every parent's worst nightmare is their child being alive. So you ain't got to worry about them doing that. I mean, things happen, accidents happen. But if you teach them the right way, they're going to go back and say, you know what? My mama said it. I got a bad feeling. Let me get from around him. I don't need to hang with this person. I don't need to be with that person. I just get a bad feeling about them. Lord, y'all, I had to call them. I'm sorry. A call just came in. Miss Brenda saying now what parents don't know where their 12-year-old at 12 in the morning. That's true. That's what I was just saying. The kids walking. I remember where I was coming at. It was one night I was coming from somewhere. And y'all, I was in another town. But it wasn't that far from here. Y'all, they had to be about 11 to 12 years old. And it was like, yeah, as a matter of fact, when we went for the 4th, they had to be about 11 and 12 years old. And it was like 12 o'clock at night. We went to the grocery store. We went to a convenience store because my mama had a headache, and we went and got her aspirin. And it was 3 of us women went. And we was like, where is these little kids going? Where is their parents? Why is they out here by themselves? Ain't no way in the world you gonna walk out my house at no 11 or 12 o'clock at night. I don't care how old you is. And then if you ain't home, I'm going to know your friend's house you should spend the night with. I want to know who their parents is. Is they good parents? Is they good people? Where my child going to be? You can't let your kids stay with everybody because everybody don't raise their kids the way you raise your kids. Miss Kirkland say, right, Stream. Miss Brenda said half the time the parents scared of the That's because they didn't grab them when they was young. You right, Miss Brenda. They scared of the kids. The kids run the household. And the reason why the kids run the household because they let the internet raise their kids. They were so busy not wanting to be disturbed as parents that they let the internet raise their kids and the kids raise themselves. So when you let a child raise themselves, what's instilled in them? Nothing. No values. No nothing because they don't have nothing to hold on to. They was never taught nothing because you let somebody else raise your kids just to keep them quiet so you don't have to be bothered with them. So what you think you're going to get? You ain't going to get no good child. That's why they stay in trouble. So Miss Brenda, you're right. They scared of the kids because they don't have no control over kids. None. And them kids, they going to blow up at them because they not scared of them at all. What they going to do to them? Nothing. Miss Kirkland said, exactly, Brenda. No new friends. They growing up back in the days we used to have to be in the house before the street. Like, that's me too, no new friends. And my mama ain't playing. If you wasn't there, guess what she did? She go find you and beat you in front of your friends. So who want to be beat in front of their friends? Not me. My mama was the mean one out of all her sisters, and she ain't mind coming and shame you. No, sir. So, and she didn't do it. She'll pull up. This got him. Y'all, let me tell y'all. My mom had brought me a car I didn't take that. I take it back. She gave me her car when I graduated. So my daddy was overseas. So she got her a new car and she gave me her car. Y'all, I was riding. I had like 2 or 3 of my friends in the car. This was type of person my mom was. I was riding. I'm thinking I'm doing it good. Next thing I know, I looked up. They talking about tired of your mama. She blowing the horn. I pulled over. Ma'am, go park my ass. Go park my ass. You ain't finna be riding around in my ass like that. I'm like, I'm embarrassed, mama. You gave it to me. I graduated. But she ain't care. But when she got home, she said, let me tell you something. She said if you ride around and somebody got some drugs in their pocket and the police pull you over, guess who they gonna blame it on? Now, my friends was good. I didn't have to worry about my friends like that. But she was just trying to instill in me. She said, you have to be careful. She said, you can't just sit up and ride up and down the road. Is anybody giving you any gas money? Or is you just riding around just to look cool? She said, but who pockets is it coming out of? You ain't got no money. It's coming out of my pocket. She said, no. And I felt so embarrassed. And it's still to this day, I'm still embarrassed because she didn't care. But it let me know that you got to be mindful, because sometimes some people can't take advantage of you. But I didn't have to worry about it with my friends. I had good friends. But my mama was just strict. That's just the way she thought. Miss Brenda say true friends. Miss Kirkland say exactly. That's how I am now. Not you're not visiting no friend's house unless I know parents. Right, because you don't know what them parents is, who you handing your child over to, what those parents do, or whatever. You got to invest. You got to know who your child is being around all the time, especially spending the night. No. Spending the night, you definitely got to know who your kids staying with. Stream say yes, you start raising your children when they are small. And that's true. If you don't grab them when they're small, Stream, you lost them. It's going to be hard to get them back. It's going to be the government raising them because they're going to be in and out of detention centers because you have no control over them. Let's talk about what Toya say. If you don't tell your kids what to do now, they will tell you what to do later. And that's what's happening now, Toya. A lot of kids, that's what's happening. Stream say, Toya. Toya say, hey, Stream. Stream say, right, Toya. Toya say, hey, no new friends. Miss Brenda say, exactly, Toya. Miss Kirkland say, same here, no new friends. Pretty cool name. Miss Kirkland says, exactly, Toya. Yeah, it's the way the world going now. I don't know. We got to grab them because, and then I hate to say it, but y'all, you know what? It's a lot of our black kids. And if we don't stand and do right by our black boys and girls, we ain't gonna have no generation. We ain't gonna have no new kids. I mean, no kids. Because let me tell you something. Our kids can go around and talk about each other like a dog, just knock them down. Like it's no problem. They just knock each other down. They don't help build each other up. It's who got on the best shoes. If you got on the best shoes, if you got on the best clothes, you can be accepted. But you can have a child that's struggling, but just to be as the sweetest person as it is, and they knock them down. But why? They out here, they joining these gangs, in the gangs and everything. Let me tell you something. Okay, you might have a brotherhood or sisterhood in your gang, but you got to look at your parents and your family. Are you hurting them? Are you doing right by your family? Are you doing right by yourself? Are you trying to pursue graduating from school? Are you trying to pursue going to college? Or you are getting a trade? Every kid not meant to go to college, but are you trying to get a trade or something to better yourself so you and your future kids don't have to struggle? Are we building our kids up to where that they can be predominant and be better than what we are? I raised my kids because I want my kids to be better than what I was. I want them to do better in life than what I did in my life. You got some parents that don't want to see their kids do that, but I do. I'm one of those parents that do. Because if my kids do better than what I did in life, I don't have to worry about them after I, go on to the glory. I know my kids can stand on their own. I know that they fine. I ain't got to worry about, it's a fly that got in here. Oh, no. I ain't got to worry about them. But if you don't train and teach your kids up right, then they not going to do right. They going to struggle, and it's going to worry you that, you need to instill that in your kids. Oh, y'all, I don't like bugs now. A fly that got in here, I'm going to lose it. Miss Kirkland said, exactly, Toya. What is that, Alu? Welcome in, Alu. If you could, please give me a thumbs up, like the live. Welcome to my chat. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're having a good day. No new friends say, Miss Kirkland, thanks. Miss Brenda say, teach them at home or the streets will teach them. That's right. And who want to give their kids to the streets? You shouldn't want to give your kids to the streets. Because the kids, they're going to teach them the way you don't want them to be taught. When the streets teach them, they going to prison. Miss Brenda say, oh, I read that. Miss Brenda said, hey, Ayola. I hope I said it right. Ayola. Please tell me I'm saying it right. Hey, Cedar. Cedar say, hey, honey, in chat. Welcome in, Cedar. Miss Brenda say, hey, Cedar. Miss Kirkland say, I don't want my sons going through what half of these men go through. And that's right, Miss Kirkland. That's why we have to stay on them. You ain't got to beat them down, but you got to instill in them, hey, this is not the path you want to go. It's not the path, because prison ain't fun, y'all. It's a whole different world. And a lot of people make prison look like it's just so easy. It's not. It's a whole different world. Stream say you train them properly and you can be more confident when you set them free to the world. That's right. When you train them right. But String, a lot of the parents don't even train them right. They let the internet train them. Or they tell them just go outside and do this and do that. And they don't even make sure they in the yard. They walking all up the streets and this and that. Hanging with this person, that person. Then while they hanging out there in the streets, you got Jim Bob or Billy Joe out there that's selling drugs or whatever, grabbing them. And they teaching your child. They training your child. You don't even know it. And then when you want to grab hold of your child, it's too late because they don't have no respect for you. They got more respect for the streets than they have for you. And that's when you lost your you're not a mother or father to them no more. The streets are. All around the world. I see them eyes all around the world. Please thumbs up the live and welcome to the live all around the world. No, not all around the world. All around the show 100. Welcome to the live all around the show 100. Welcome in. I hope you enjoy the live and please thumbs up the live. Stream say the streets will win. Yep, once you let the streets get them, it's over because they feel like it's so much loyalty. The streets don't pop them on the hands when they do wrong unless they mess up a sale or this and that. But the street praises them until they do something wrong, and then once they cross them, it's another path. Then your child, like that, you got to worry about your child, being unalive or this and that. Don't let the streets don't let the streets raise your kids when they're young. You raise your kids. If you are a good mother and a father and you love your kids, you won't let your kids get in no type harm's way. So why would you not raise them so you make sure they don't? Now, like I say, life is be lifing. They're going to have incidents, have things when things come up. But if you instilled in them the right way to go, they're going to follow that path, even if they go down the wrong path. Because some kids being taught by good parents and they still go down the wrong path. But whatever you taught them going to stay with them. And one day they're going to go back to what you taught them. And they're going to say, I'm not living the right life. My mom and my daddy told me this. I thought they was all in my business trying to rule my life and tell me how to live my life or whatever. But let me try what my mom and my daddy say. They're going to go back to what you instilled in them. They're going to flee. They might go away from it, but they're going to always come back. They're going to always come back. We all do. Even us as parents is raising our kids. Our kids might do something and you just don't understand. And then you remember the things that your parents instilled in you, and you go back to that, the raising that you was raised. Miss Brenda said, hey, all around show 100. Miss Brenda said, exactly, Stream. Stream saying parents do not even know their children's friend. Nope. And Stream, not only don't they know their children's friend, Stream, they don't check them phones. They don't know what the kids looking at on the phones. The kids looking up this and that. You don't even know the kids walking around with a lock on the phone in your house. You paying the phone bill. And they got a lock on their phone where you can't check their phone. You better start checking them phones too. Better start checking them phones and them tablets, see what they watching and who they talking to. Not only the friends, check them phones and them tablets. You paying the bill and they got a lock and you can't even look at it. Now who the adult? Who raising who? The kids raising you. So you right, Stream. Miss Kirkland say exactly, Stream. Miss Opal say because the parents needs training too. Yeah. That's why I say I don't know if what generation messed it up or failed, but it's a generation failed. And I think it's a lot of them, and I can kind of say my generation failed too, because my parents were so strict on us that we felt like, I don't want to be strict on my child. I want to talk to them. Some kids you can't talk to. You got to tap them legs. Now my oldest, I could used to holler at her or look at her a certain way, and she'll cry. She'll back down. My baby, I had to pop her a couple times, but every child is different. Whichever child whatever way you got to raise each child, you do that because each child different. But one child might be good and the other one might be bad. The other one might have to get a little bit more tail whippings. But you got to raise them kids. But you got to raise them where they don't feel like you love one better than the other one. Miss Opal said because parents need training too. Because we as parents fail to introduce to our children to the Most High as the only Father. That's right. You got to get them in the church. If you don't get them in church and Sunday school and stuff, you got to get them there. I know it's hard. We work and everything, and I haven't been going to church like I supposed to. I'm not even gonna front on YouTube. I got to get back into church like I was. And see, my mom, she used to work all the time. My dad, he was overseas. He was in the military. He was overseas a lot, and he worked a lot. He had a regular job. But my grandma stepped up, and that's why I step up with my grandkids. Because my mom, she worked all the time. My dad worked all the time. So sometimes that grandparent, if the mom and dad got a lot going on, the grandparents, if you got the extra free time, you step up and you lead them children to the church. And the parents too, you got to slow down too, because we so fast with life. Everything's so fast. You got to rush with this. You got to rush with it. You got to slow down and raise your kids and teach them the Bible. Teach them the way God wanted them to be taught, because the world will pass you by. They got everything, but you got to work all these hours and this and that. It's taken away from your family life. It's taken away from raising your kids. And even if you got to work all them hours, still make time for your kids. Still make time for your family. Get that Bible in them. Don't go away from that word. You got to bring that word back to your home. If you bring that word back to your home and you walk around your house, I probably say, you crazy as I don't know what. And I don't care who think I'm crazy. I walk around, if I feel like the devil trying to come in my house, I walk through my house with me some anointed oil or my Bible, and I tell him, get out my house. I walk room to room. Get out my house. You have no place in my house. You have no place in my husband. You have no place in me or my kids. Not even my dog, Benji. Get out my house. And I open that door, and I say, get out. Devil, get out. You ain't got no place in my house. Because the devil try to come in and attack. He'll try to attack the weakest link, whether it be your kids, your husband, you, well, your finances, your job, or whatever. When you feel that devil coming on you, tell him, get out your house. Don't care who say you think you crazy. My daughter asked me one day, she said, Mama, you all right? I was walking through the house crying. I mean, crying tears. But I didn't care because I felt the Lord on me. And I know the devil was so busy trying to come in the midst of everything. I walked through everything in my room, my house. She was laying in the bed. She said, you all right? I was crying. I said, I'm all right. I went through every room. I said, get out my house. Because the devil have no place in my house. He has no place in my life. Is he going to come and try? Oh, he going to try, especially when he know you're a child of God. But you got to move him on out the way. You got to let him, the same way I'm talking to y'all, the same way you got to talk to the devil. You got to say, get out my house. You ain't got no place. You ain't got no place in my house. Get out my house. You got to tell him. You got to demand him. Miss Brenda say, my grandma used to say, Brenda, you ain't hot. You ain't hot. No friends. Or you ain't got no friends. You ain't got no friends. You really don't. You can have, let me say, I got a couple of good friends. And see the one I'm on here. Anytime I fall, I need anything, I can call her. I say about 3 good friends that I can call and I can talk to. And I could tell them stuff and I ain't got to worry about nothing else going out to them. Everybody else is associates. But if you got a good friend that's been good, a good friend for you, good friend to you for a long time, then keep that true friends. But really, like your grandma said, you don't have a lot of kids think that everybody your friend. They're not. And my daughter, she was telling me one day, she was like, Mama, she said, you know, you used to tell me that everybody not meant to be your friend, and I used to try to make everybody, I wanted everybody to be my friend, the one that was bullied all the time. I said, yeah. She said, I think God did it. I said, yeah. I say, sometimes God will do things to isolate you, to try to warn you that that's not where you want to be. I say, them same people that talked about you, look at them, about 5, 6 children, they about 20 years old. Are they out here selling drugs? Are they out here doing this? I said, well, what you doing? You going to school and working. I say, sometimes God isolates you. I say, I understand when you young, you want to have friends, but everybody is not meant to be your friends. Them same people that talked about you and laughed and picked and everything, what they out here? 20 years old, 21 years old, with 4 and 5 children. Ain't doing nothing with themselves. Nothing. So you don't have to worry about it. I say now you see as you getting older what God was doing, why he was hiding you from them people. You felt isolated. You wanted to be in, but that's not who he had intended for you to be around. He did that for a reason, to back you so you won't be around them. You wanted to be someone's friend, but they didn't want you to be. They thought you was awkward. But look, the awkward one is doing what? Doing good. And the ones that were so popular, what they doing? I mean, that's life. Miss Brenda say, got it. Cedar said, and we used to think our parents were mean parents when they were just trying to save us, and they did. And you know my mama was mean, Cedar. Oh my God. And your mama was mean too. They did not play. Miss Kirkland said, it's also sometimes the areas you move in as well. That's right. Sometimes you can move in bad areas, whatever, but you just still keep it in them. Just keep trying to instill it in them. And I know when you move in a bad area, especially when you got all them bad kids, and it's sad to say that it's mostly our blacks. When we move in a bad area, instead of us cleaning up our bad area, making our bad area a good place, because they already look at us as being bad or looking at us being different, you got some of the most people. Let me see. How can I say it? Because everybody ain't that way, but you got some people that's got the ghetto mind. And the ghetto don't have to be ghetto. I mean, I can walk around and people just throw trash and don't want to clean it up. Pick it up. Why our area can't look just as good as any other race? Why our neighborhood got to be trashy? Why everybody got to be out here with the music playing? You can hear it all the way to Africa. Why we got to have all that? Why we can't live normal? Back in the day, whenever you was living in the hood, they kept it clean. It was a tight-knit community. That's why I say some of us has failed our generation, because they don't care no more. They don't care no more about the way they live. They don't care about their surroundings. They don't care about the way their kids are raised. They don't care about nothing. We got to do better. But if you're a strong parent, Miss Kirkland say, the area shouldn't matter. And you're right, Miss Kirkland. You said just exactly what I said. You're right. Miss Brenda said, I never knew what she meant until I got grown. And we don't, because we think that they trying to rule our life. They don't want us to have fun. They just trying to make us suffer in that. But no, they was just protecting us. They protected us. Cedar say, that's right. Miss Opal say, because we as parents don't introduce them to the Heavenly Father, we fail them. That's right. That's why I said we got to get them in the church. Bring them back to the church. Even if you don't bring them to church, have Bible study once a week. Read the Bible to them. Read the kids' Bible to them. Miss Kirkland said, I got to get back into the Bible study as well. Me too, Miss Kirkland. My daughter do it every night. When I used to go to work, I used to do it every morning. When I went to work, that was the first thing I do. I had my office, and I pull my Bible out my drawer, and I will read my Bible. And then they moved me from that place to another place. So when they moved me, I got away from it. And I can't say that it was them, because I could read my Bible at home, but I didn't do it. So I got to get back into reading my Bible also. Miss Kirkland say, that's true, Opal. Miss Kirkland say, the devil is trying my family, but he has to sit. He has no sit in this house. He has no place in your house, Miss Kirkland. That's right. You got to tell him to get out. Let me tell you, usually a lot of times when everything starts falling apart, that's because you got a blessing coming in. So you be waiting on your blessing to come in. The devil trying to distract you from your blessing, so you don't see your blessing when your blessing come. So you just tell him, get on out your house, and you wait on your blessing. He know God about to bless you. So he got to try to make your mind go crazy and think this and think that, because he know that blessing coming. He know God got a good blessing coming for you. So you just got to tell him, get on out your house. He ain't got no place there. Miss Kirkland say, it's hard getting real friends now. I have tried and got kicked in the rear end. Yep, you have to watch who you be around. There's not a lot of good friends around here. I learned as I got older. My best friend is my mama. I say this on one of my other lives. My best friend is my mama, because I can tell my mama something and I ain't got to worry about nothing coming back out. She give me good advice and everything. Now, do she get on my nerves? Sometimes she do. But that's my mama. I love her. And she give me good advice. And like I say, that's my best friend. When I have problems with my kids or whatever, I can go to her and she give me advice on them. Sometimes I take the whole advice. Sometimes I don't take all the advice. I take parts of it. Because like I said, back in our day, they were so tough. She still got that mentality. My mama, I'm near 50, and she look at me as still being that 5-year-old. So sometimes I have to tell her, I said, Mom, I'm about 50 years old. I'm still about, I'm grown. You can't look at me that way. But she still got that mentality. She still treat me that way sometimes. But she give me good advice, and I always be there to listen to what she has to say. Because what she tell me, she never led me wrong. She has never led me wrong. Miss Kirkland say, I have an family member move her kids in a bad area, and all her kids became the street kids. That's because she didn't grab them. You can move them in a bad area, but the bad area don't make your kids. You just got to tell your kids, you can live in a bad area and just take your kids, and y'all just stay there. They ain't got to go outside and play with the kids. Take them to the park. Take them here and there. And let them get their playtime, and then go in the house. Y'all go in to mind your own business. Don't let the streets grab your kids, because once they grab them, it's hard to get them back. Toya sending hearts, sending love. Stream say, you not making friends these days, you making frenemies. That's right. Stream, the way this world is, everybody jealous of everybody. You ain't really got no good friends unless you had a childhood friend that you know that's being your friend, that's got your back. Them new friends, I don't make new friends. I might have associates, but mainly it's my childhood friends that I continue to stay friends with. Miss Kirkland say, right, Stream. And Cedar say, same with my mama. The older I get, the closer we get. And that becomes your best friend. Miss Sanders say, exactly right, Stream. Yep. Cedar say, at Stream, absolutely correct. No new friends, right? No new friends. Because, oh Lord, y'all, that's my brother. He called me like 20 times a day. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, when we get a certain age, you can't hardly make new friends. I mean, you might have associates at your job. And then you got to be careful with the people at your job, because they might think, acting like they're your friend, but they trying to underhandedly do you or something other like that. And then you got some good people. You do have truly genuine good people, but you still have to watch your back when you get a certain age, because the world ain't like it used to be. Miss Kirkland said, I had a childhood friend that crossed me for a man, and that's who I'm married to. That's why I say you got to make sure. Some of the childhood friends you have to watch out for. But usually as you get older, the childhood friends, you can wean out who's there for you, who's not. You know who's truly your friend and who ain't. Now, I can say that about me and my friends. We never tried each other, man. Never. We hung together. Then we see them. No, actually, our dudes at that time, they hung together. So we never tried each other, man. Miss Sanders said, exactly, Stream. Oh, I read it for it. Miss Kirkland, no, see, I'm behind in chat. Toya say, the definition of a friend changed me throughout the year. Why, Toya? Because what you had said early on one of your lives. Miss Sanders say, me too, Toya. And Cedar is laughing. I know, Cedar, I don't even want to bring back the memories. That's when we was learning, when our mamas was telling us, then you don't need to be with that type of person. You don't want to be with that. And you thought you knew everything and didn't know it. But now that we look back, we be like, did I really talk to him? I can't believe it. I scooped down that low. But that's a part of my life. That's what made me the person I am. So I wouldn't erase nothing in my past. Miss Kirkland say, but I only had one childhood friend and met her at my first job. If you got a good friend, then you better keep them. You better keep them. If you got a mama, that's who you go to. Even if you got a good aunt that you know ain't gonna tell all your business, that's gonna give you the right advice, then that's who you got. Or your grandma. The way I just screamed, why you scream, Cedar? It's the truth. You couldn't tell us nothing. Ooh, y'all, we were some young, pretty little things. And we used to walk home from school. That's why I say you can't let the streets run your kids. Now, we wasn't in no streets now because our parents were strict. But we used to walk home from school, and there used to be some guys out there hunting, and they couldn't wait to see the little young girls walk by. So that's why I say you have to be careful. You have to be strict. Miss Sanders said, I had a childhood friend. We were raised together, and she went to check the mail, and an 18-wheeler, hit her, threw her up in the air, and she passed away that hurt me so bad that my heart still hurt my heart still to this day. Miss Sandra, I'm sorry about that. When you got a good friend like that, they become family. They become like your sister. So I'm sorry to hear that. And I know that did tear you apart. Because once they gone, that's it. You can't never call them and say, hey, I got a problem. Can you help me with this? Or, hey, I don't feel good. I just need to hear your voice. I need somebody to talk to you. You don't have that no more. Miss Kirkland said, I know that's right. We was pretty and fat. Miss Kirkland, right. Yes, ma'am. Back in the day, especially before I had my kids, ooh, you couldn't tell me nothing. See her laughing. She laughing because she know. She know. Miss Kirkland say, but I knew better. Miss Kirkland say, OMG, Sandra, sorry to hear that. See to say at Miss Sandra, sorry to hear that. I know we praying for Miss Sandra, praying for peace. You know, that you have peace all over your heart and everything. Miss Opal said, I lost my best friend in 7th grade. She got called home. Broke my heart. Oh, I know you did, especially in 7th grade, because you didn't know no better. You was learning life yourself at that time. And I know it still bothers you, because once you miss somebody is gone, you, like I say, you can never call them again. You can't talk to them again. It's a hard feeling. Miss Kirkland say, sorry to hear that, Opal and Sandra. Miss Sandra say, thank you, Miss Kirkland. And my baby daughter is gone, as she was my daughter friend in my life. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Sandra. Lord, I'm be praying for you, because I know around certain, occasions or whatever, birthdays and stuff, I know it bothers you. So I'm be praying for you. Just know that they are in a better place, where we dealing with sickness and different things going on in life and stress. They're in a better place, and they resting in the Lord's hand. Yep. So I'm sorry to hear that. Miss Kirkland said, sorry, Sandra. Cedar say, honey, halfway mark, ain't it? Halfway mark. Can't even make it home all the way good. Boy, I tell you what. Ooh, Miss Sandra say, thank you, Miss Kirkland. Any of y'all got plans this weekend? What y'all got planned? I'm gonna be home in the house, I think. Miss Sandra say, thank you, Miss Kirkland. Miss Kirkland say, I just found out my husband has liver disease, but the devil is a lie. Let me tell you, we're going to pray. We're going to rebuke that right now, Miss Kirkland. One thing I know, God is good at healing any and everybody. Man don't have the last say so. So don't worry about it. You just pray, and you stand on God's promise. You stand on his word, and you ask God to heal your husband. And there's so many things that people have out here now that people are living with it. That, that it's so much medicine that they making it through. So don't worry. God got your husband. We're going to pray. Everybody on this page, when you say a prayer tonight, add Miss Kirkland's husband to your prayer. Because when 2 or more come and agree, we can conquer this. So let's pray for Miss Kirkland's husband. Add him to y'all prayer tonight. Genuine prayer. Miss Sanders said, I cry so much, but my husband always tried to comfort me. That's because you got a good husband, Miss Sandra. When you got that helpmate, you got your best friend. That's a good thing. And when you do have a husband, that is really technically your best friend. But my mama is my second best friend. When my husband get on my nerves, I want to go talk to my mama about something that I can't talk to my husband about. Which you should be able to talk to your husband about everything. But if my husband getting on my nerves, we got a little issue, I can go talk to my mama. So it's good that you got a good husband that you can talk to. Hey, Miss Bonnie. Miss Bonnie sending up prayers. Miss Kirkland said, thank you all. I have been very strong. Continue to be strong, Miss Kirkland, and watch God change things. Miss Kirkland say, Bonnie, sis, and she's sending up prayers. Yes, Miss Kirkland. We're going to pray that he be healed. And whatever it is, we're going to pray that God shrink it up and send it somewhere else. Take it from your husband. Yes, ma'am. Just got to believe. Got to have the belief of a mustard seed. You got to know. A lot of us, we get so scared when things happen, me included. And that's why I get on here, and that's why I say I have to bring the Lord in my lives. Because it's been so much stuff that happened to me, y'all, to where some days I can't walk, some days I can't get up. You know, so much stuff. And the Lord, every time the devil try to bring it, the Lord always say no. When I go to the doctor and they do lab work and trying to figure out, one time they thought I had MS, multiple sclerosis, because my body, my bones and everything, I was having so many problems. But y'all, this is the God's heaven's truth. That's why I come and I testify and I tell anybody, God is powerful. And if you believe, all you got to do is believe, and you got to truly and genuinely believe. God has the last say so. It don't matter what man say. And whatever going on, God can heal. And I'd be a fool not to come and tell y'all that God is real. Anytime I go to the doctor, y'all, everything always come back fine. Everything. Do I have aches and pains? Yes, I do. I didn't have multiple sclerosis. I didn't. What else they thought I was gonna have? It was multiple sclerosis. It was, what else? Lupus. No, he said no to that. It's just like everything that try to come up, he said no. You're not touching my child. But I was nervous, I was scared, and I prayed, I cried because I want to be here to see my grandkids. But the Lord, he will heal. You just got to have that faith. I promise you, if you got that faith, he will show you that he is God. You just got to have that faith. Miss Bonnie said, hey, sweet tea in chat. Hey, Miss Bonnie. Miss Sandra said, earlier today, I came outside to smoke a cigarette and slipped down the steps. And my husband kept calling me, and I couldn't answer him for him to hear me. So he came to check on me, and he was freaked out. Well, I hope you're all right, Miss Kirkland. I mean, Miss Sandra, was he able to help you up and everything? Well, I know he did. But I hope you be careful and take care of yourself. Take it easy today. And it's good you got a good husband that's there for you. A lot of women don't even have no husband. They ain't got nobody because they say they don't need a man. So at least you got a good man. Miss Kirkland saying, I'm very scared, but I know God got us. And we human, we gonna be scared, Miss Kirkland. Anytime you hear any news, you're gonna be scared. But then after you get over that little scare spell, go to your Bible, lean on him, and ask him, pray. Before y'all go to that doctor, pray. Before y'all leave the house, you and him pray together. Because he brought y'all together as one. You and him pray together. When you get ready to go to that hospital, the doctor's office, y'all say another prayer. And pray over his labs and pray over his test results. And pray that everything be all right. And watch God work. Watch God work now. But I'm okay. I just hurt my ankle. I'm glad you're okay. And I'm sorry about your ankle. I hope you feel better. Toya said, hey, Miss Bonnie. Miss Bonnie said, praying, Miss Kirkland, trust and believe. God says he is already there and he never leaves us. That's right, Miss Bonnie. You just got to believe. You believe and he'll show you. See to say, I ask you, dear Lord, to touch everything in this chat and their family with their healing with your healing hands. Lord, I'm asking you to ease her pain and be his or her comfort in this time of need. In Jesus' name, I pray. In Jesus' name, amen, amen. I pray, amen, amen. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Cedar. Amen to that. So thank you for praying over all of us and all our health. Miss Kirkland said, I already know, Sis Bonnie. Miss Kirkland said, amen, Cedar. Nasha too, hey too, welcome to the chat. Miss Bonnie said, yes, we are human. Yes, Miss Bonnie, we all get scared. Miss Bonnie said, Toya. Miss Kirkland said, hey, naturally too. Stream say too. Miss Bonnie say, sorry, Sandra, glad you're okay. Miss Bonnie say, be careful. Miss Kirkland say, please be careful, Sandra. Yes, Miss Sandra, I'm glad that you're okay. I am. But whatever you do, just pray. Y'all pray together. I'm telling you. Because the devil, he going to come. It don't matter which way he going to come. He going to try to come. But when you got a strong foundation, you got a strong husband or a strong wife. Because see, let me tell you something. Sometimes the wife can be weak in a weak space. The husband can be in a weak space. But if you got that one strong person that can pull you through, that's all it takes. You both don't have to be strong at one time. One might be weak, but the strong person, y'all grab and you pull your family through. Miss Bonnie said, be careful. Miss Kirkland said, please be careful, Sandra. Miss Sanders say, thank you, Miss Kirkland. Stairware. Okay. Miss Kirkland say, I had someone ask me why I am on YouTube because do I supposed to be mopping? Wait a minute. Miss Kirkland said, I had someone ask me why I am on YouTube because I supposed to be mopping. What? Tell them they don't run your life. You be on YouTube because you want to. Tell them God got a purpose for you to be on YouTube. It might be his purpose for you to be on YouTube because that's something you want to do. Miss Sanders say, slick. Miss Sanders say, thank you, Bonnie. Yeah, don't let nobody tell you what to do, Miss Kirkland. You do you. It's probably somebody miserable that's worrying about what you're doing when they should be worrying about what they're doing. I feel like God got a purpose for me. I never know what God's purpose was. But I say I'm going to start bringing him in on my YouTube chats because a lot of people need to hear about it. I'm not going to bore over, over talk it, but I got to bring it in just a little bit in some of my chats because this world is going so far away from him. Miss Kirkland say, do I supposed to be sad all day, every day? No, you sure ain't. They probably sad, Miss Kirkland, and it's probably what's wrong with them. They sad and miserable. So you live your life. I wouldn't even worry about what nobody else say. You got some grown bullies, you got the kid bullies, you got everybody. But if you let somebody control your life, then they won. So I don't let nobody control my life. They say something, just delete. They tell don't even worry about them. I think you're a beautiful, nice person. I'm gonna come by and watch your channel today. I haven't been on about it because I've been sick lately, y'all. But I'll be by to support you today. Miss Bonnie said, I heard y'all talking about friends. I always thought my daughter, the first line of friendship, I always taught my daughter, the first line of friendship is knowing how to be one. Everyone is just not meant to be your friend. And that's what my mama raised me saying, Miss Bonnie. Everybody is not meant to be your friend. Everybody say they're your friend ain't your friend. You got some people that's got motives, so you have to be careful with it. And everybody just not meant to be. And I never knew what she meant by that. I was like, she just want to run my life. She want to be in control of everything. Because like I say, she was mean. So I used to be like, she just want to be in control of my life. She want to run everything. She always got to be in control and this and that. But as you get older, Mama, what you think I ought to do about this? Because I knew she was right. Miss Kirkland say, that's right, Bonnie says. Yeah, you only get a handful. That's why I say I can put probably about 3 good friends. And they was my childhood friends and they remain friends. I can go months without talking to them 3. And then when I talk to them, it's just like we never stop talking. Now, other ones that I consider associates, I might talk to them but I never tell them my personal business or nothing, because you got to know who you can tell your business to, because you can tell somebody your business be everywhere. You thinking that your business ain't gonna be this place and that. No, because just like your friends, your friend's friend, they got friends too. So you have to be mindful what you tell everybody. You can't tell everybody everything. And if you got somebody that you can talk to and you ain't got to worry about all your business, and especially don't tell nobody about your marriage. If they ain't your good friend and you got problems in your house, you better not tell them nothing. Because a lot of people don't even want your marriage to be together. They jealous of your marriage. They jealous because they ain't got nobody. They jealous because their marriage ain't working right. Now I can call see if my husband get on my nerves. I ain't got to worry about it. She can call me. And it's been times we done talked about each other husband, but we never gave each other no bad advice. I had one friend, and this was me and my husband first got together, and we was talking, and her husband wasn't the best of a husband, and she was talking about, I was leaving. I wouldn't even stay there. You telling me I should leave my husband, and your husband worse than my husband? You mean tell me that my husband come home every night? My husband ain't out there cheating. My husband ain't doing this and doing that. But you telling me I should leave my husband? Well, your husband don't even come home. That ain't sit right with me. So that day I knew, I said, I can't tell you nothing about what goes on in my house. Because you telling me I should leave my husband. I never tell somebody that they should leave their husband. Because that's not my place. No. My husband take care of his family. My husband don't lay out all night. My husband don't cheat. My husband don't do none of that. He might get on my nerves, But I know I get on his nerves too. And you gonna tell me because I said my husband get on my nerves, I should leave. They let me do right then and there. You want no good friend. You won't tell me something that you not even gonna do when your husband don't even come home. That's why I say you got to be careful who you talk to and who you tell your business. Because some people be jealous of you. They act like they your friends, but they be jealous. You have to be careful. Ooh, that sun shining in my face. Let me put this visor down a little bit. Oh, shoot. Sorry, y'all. Do I supposed to? Okay, Miss Bonnie say. All right, let me get back in the line. That's right, Miss Bonnie says. Miss Bonnie say, we have to be okay with a true friend or friends God bless you with. That's right. And you'll know because they have your back and they have your best interests at heart. They won't be jealous or they won't be saying this. They have your true best intentions at heart. Miss Kirkland say, no, I found out the hard way when I was younger. Yeah, you have to. Miss Kirkland say that means she would have ended up with your husband. No, she was married. Her husband was a dog. And I guess she wanted me to be miserable with her, but me and my husband had like a slight little argument. Nothing major, y'all. And this is God hearing true, nothing major. And I couldn't understand. For me, I was like, you know my husband a good husband. And you know I'm a good wife. But you telling me that I should leave my husband when your husband don't come home. He lay out the whole weekend. He was cheating so many times. He didn't have nothing to do with your kids and his stepkids. He didn't have nothing to do with them, nothing. He treated you like a dog. No, you need to leave your husband. But I wasn't going to tell her you need to leave your husband because I felt like it wasn't my place. Oh, God, y'all got to move out this sun a minute. I had to get in the sun because my husband home because he had surgery. And he going to have the TV on. And I don't want to get copyrighted off of nothing. Okay, there we go. I didn't want to get copyrighted off of nothing. Where did I stop at? Miss Bonnie says, and stop trying to make everyone your friend. You all know your true friends when and if they come along. And that's right. You will know because they're going to be true and they ain't going to never go nowhere and they're going to always have your best interest at heart. Cedar said facts. Miss Bonnie said a friend wants the best for you. And that's exactly right. Miss Bonnie says celebrates with you and cries with you, rejoice with you, and you are not selfish. That's right. They put your priorities first. They put their own priorities first too, but they want what's best for you. They're not gonna be jealous of you. A true friend not gonna be jealous of you. They, like Miss Bonnie said, they're gonna be rejoiced when you up, and they're gonna be there when you down. And you should be the same way. When they up, you rejoicing with them, and when they down, you there to comfort them and be there for them. That's why you got to be careful who you call your friend because everybody is not your friend. Everybody have some friends have sheep, wolves, clothing all over them, on them. They just there to get your business. And once they get all your information, your business, and what you got to say, like I say, your friends got friends. What they gonna do? Take your business and run and go tell their other friends your business. So you have to be careful. That's why I say, like personal stuff. I go to my mama. That's my best friend. Other than my husband, go to him first. But if it's something like my husband getting on my nerves, like now he in the house. Sorry, Mr. String. Like now he in the house. He just had surgery. He had like a whole new baby. Like he just been born. So if I get frustrated, I might call my mom something. But I'm still gonna be there for my husband. But that's just some men. Some men, especially if they ain't never had surgery. I don't know what men would do if they have a baby. They wouldn't make it. But that's my husband. That's why I say I thank God for creating me to be a good wife. Do I have flaws? No. That's why I say you have to train these kids up. Well, I'm going to say women, these young women, not no kids, young women, to be what it's like to be a wife, and these young men, how to be good husbands too. Miss Bonnie said, yep. Miss Kirkland say, sure not. Miss Kirkland say, men. I know my phone ain't going dead. Hold on, y'all. Can y'all see me? Hold on, y'all. I got to go get my charger. Y'all got to hold on. Please don't die on me. I'm going to end it live in a minute, but hold on. I don't believe this here. Y'all hold on. Don't go nowhere now. Hold on. Did y'all go dead or y'all still on live? Oh, Lord. I had to go get my charger, y'all. Y'all there? Okay. There we go. We back in business. Oh, God. Miss Bonnie say, yeah. Miss Kirkland say, men act like babies. When they said, String say, yes. Miss Kirkland say, String, and she laughing. Miss Kirkland said, how you doing today, Bonnie? Says, what's for dinner? What you cooking today, Miss Bonnie? Miss Bonnie be cooking? Y'all, I had to go get the charge. I said, oh my God. Miss Bonnie said, I'm good. We had sandwiches. It's hot. You got that right. I went to this, it's like a buffet restaurant, and I had got my husband a plate. And I had got me a plate. So that's going to be our lunch and our dinner, because it was a late lunch anyway. Y'all, Miss Kirkland say, I know that's right, Bonnie. I can't believe I did good in my first long live. Y'all, I like to talk. My subject tomorrow is going to be, Lord, please don't let nobody steal my subject. Not y'all, not y'all. But my subject tomorrow, I want to talk about boys. And that's why I was saying some of the stuff we talked about earlier is going to run into what I talked about today. I was around this lady, and she told her son, she said, put that doll down. Boys don't play with dolls. Girls play with dolls. Don't let me catch you playing with no doll no more. Now, when I was raised, boys don't play with dolls. Still to this day, boys do not play with dolls. But let me ask y'all something, and then we're going to get into it tomorrow. Do y'all think we set our kids, our little girls up to be good mothers when we start them off like 1 and 2 years old with playing with baby dolls? Because we're teaching them at such a young age. They're young kids. I mean, babies basically playing with baby dolls. So we're teaching them to be a good mother, how to nurture a child. But what are we doing for the men? Do you think we should stay the way we are, where men don't play with dolls, no Ken dolls, no nothing? Or do you think we failing the men, we should find a different way so where the fathers stay in the house, or at least the fathers are there present in the kids' lives? Because the generation back in the days, the old men, they used to stay with the kids. And even if they didn't work it out with the mother, they still spent time with the kids. But this generation now, they don't want to do nothing for the kids. They don't want to have nothing really to do with the kids. They too busy being in the streets. They too busy out here doing this, doing that, sleeping and laying around with this girl and that girl, having more babies, not even raising the ones that they already had. You know, don't have nothing to do with them. Are we failing the men when we tell them, no, you can't play with no Ken baby doll? Or what can we do to make men to be more nurturing? Or should it be the men just be the head of the household? They worry about the bills and this and that. Or is it okay for a man to have a little bit of a soft side to be able to raise kids, to be able to nurture kids? So what do y'all think? Y'all think about it, and that's what I want to talk about tomorrow. What can we do to make the men be more present with the kids, besides giving the girls baby dolls to make them? Think about it now. We giving them baby dolls at 1 and 2 years old. So what they doing? They rocking that baby, and they loving that baby, petting that baby, my baby, and this and that. We teaching the girls to be good mothers. But what are we doing for the men to make them want to have a softer side and want to be good dads? So let's see. Miss Kirkland said, I know that's right, Bonnie. Miss Kirkland said, very good lie. Cedar said, good topic. I thought so too. Miss Kirkland said, the fathers need to be present, but the father just not there doing nothing. That's right. Miss Bonnie said, good topic. Miss Kirkland said, very good topic. So y'all, I'm getting ready to end the live. But y'all think about that tomorrow and tell me what y'all think and y'all opinions. I don't know what time I'm gonna go live. I'll probably post on my community page what time I'm gonna go live tomorrow. Probably be about this time tomorrow sometime too. But that's a good subject I wanted to talk about. And give me y'all opinions on what you think. That boys shouldn't play with any type of dolls or have nothing. String say no. See, that's String opinion. I don't have a problem with it. Everybody have their own opinion. String, oh, you saying no, you enjoying. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you was talking about the baby doll. Miss Kirkland said, everyone have an awesome night. Yeah, y'all have an awesome night. But I'll be back tomorrow. See, I like talking about different stuff like this. I don't like talking about crazy stuff. I like talking about, you say no dollar string, that's your opinion, and I can't do nothing but respect it. But that's why I say maybe you can give your opinion on what we can do to make men more, not sensitive, but to make them be, more nurturing dads with the kids, not being this so hard that I ain't got nothing to do with the kid or whatever. You go to your mama or this and that, or just don't have nothing to do with the kids. What can we do by you being a man? What can we do to bring men to, be better dads? Not leave their kids, to be present in their kids' life. So I would love to hear your opinion, Stream. Stream say no dolls. Miss Bonnie laughing. Miss Kirkland say no dolls. My husband would say, I was raised that way too, Miss Kirkland. But we got to find some kind of way. I don't think they should play with dolls either. But it just made me think, we're raising these girls to be perfect mothers. But what can we do to raise these boys to be perfect dads? Not to just have baby after baby after baby, work, living with women, and you lay up with this woman, have a baby, and then after she ain't no good, you go move on to the next. You got about 5 or 6 baby mamas. You ain't staying with none of the kids. You ain't paying no child support. You ain't doing nothing. You just making babies. So what can we do to make these men better men, as well as we talked about today, making women better wife, making them wife material and better mothers? So what can we do for the men? So y'all, thank y'all for joining in. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all thumbsing up the live. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for another hot topic. See y'all later. Good night. Love y'all.